already know. That's right. Mzansi Unfiltered in the building. I confirm my appearance on behalf of what? Members of the public jury. Bondava. How are you? Good day, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I know we have a global audience. And our audience is not just global. So make sure you let me know in the comment section where you're joining us tonight from. I know that we are not just a global audience. We are an audience. We are a force and we are 77,000 subscribers strong. So I want to take this moment at the very beginning to say, if you are subscribed to the channel, okay, not them gulugudus that are watching from outside the club. No. To those of us who are subscribed to the channel, this would not have been possible without you. So with that, I say thank you so much. So today's live is a special edition. Yeah, special edition. We are going straight, okay? Because you guys have asked all week. Can we talk? Can we talk? Can we talk? And I said, okay, we'll talk on Sunday. So I've set it up that we can watch Advocate Teffo Malisela. Yes, he did an interview, very interesting interview this week. Very interesting interview, and I want us to watch it together as a family. I've watched it already, so it's not going to really be a live reaction, but we're going to live react together, o'clock. All right? So let me go ahead and jump into the comments and say a quick hello to everybody. I love the comments when they come in before the show has started, but City is the first one. Good evening, I am here. City is the first comment that arrives as we had already, as I turned on the live. Hello, Roxy. Likes are coming in. I love it already. This is what we're talking about. Parati inside with my like, as you should. We are 77,000 strong. So I think by now we know the house rules. They make me smile, they make me happy, and they help the channel grow, which is exactly what we want. Show Compassion is also here saying, don't forget to hit the like button on your way in. Yes, before you take that seat, please go ahead and let me know you hit that like button. Now we've got CD who's watching from a tiny little corner of the KZN. You already know that's how we rock. Joburg in the building. Not yet. We are 77. Wait, why are you counting us down? Show Compassion. We're 77,000. We're up there. We're on the road to a big 80,000. If you're watching from outside the club, today's a good day for you to go ahead and join the family. Botswana. Oh, Dumelang in the building. Pagati inside. There we go. Northwest, land of Mr. Brown. I'm joining you all the way from the Republic of Ireland. Listen, is that not Paula Sullivan's home ground? Is that not the land of Dublin? My geography might be a little bit skewed, but that speaks Paul O'Sullivan. Hello, we see you. Welcome, Tanzania. I am Gal. I'm in the little corner of Muscle Bay. It's really windy. Oh my goodness, guys, I have a fan on because it gets really hot here with all my devices. And I saw another live streamer with a fan, and I was like, why did nobody ever say that to me? Why did nobody ever tell me to switch on a fan? So let me know if you can hear it. If not, I hope you can. If you can, I'll have to turn it on and off intermittently so that we can survive, okay, the heat. I'm in the little corner. Yes. Lusaka, Zambia. Hi. I have a trip planned for Zambia this year. Yes. Evening, Mzansi Unfiltered. I confirm my presence from the Western Cape. I love it so much. I love our internal dictionary. Okay, I love it. I'm inside Parati. Hi, Mzansi. By the way, if you're trying to comment and you're asking yourself, why am I struggling? Why is life so difficult to comment? It's because commenting is reserved extremely and exclusively for channel subscribers. And I want to take a moment to thank our channel sponsors, to our channel members. Thank you so much, each and every single one of you. Guys, I talk faster than I think. I want to take a moment to say thank you so much to today's sponsors, our channel members. Each and every one of you bring me so much joy. So please consider subscribing to the channel because you are financially supporting the channel. All funds are used to enhance our tiny little studio in our tiny little corner. That's right. And let's turn it from a tiny little corner studio to a big studio with the big girls equipment. We've got to hit 100,000 subscribers, you know, with that kind of equipment. You know what I mean? So thank you to our channel sponsors. I love you so much. And with that said, let's get straight into the show. The reason I'm going through the comments, I'm waiting so that it doesn't buffer once we're live. So let's just give it another minute. I want to make sure that when I hit that live button, when I hit that play button over there, shout out to Soweto TV. I did a video, guys, when we found out about Advocate Teffo. Let me tell you when that video was done. Search. Give me one quick second. I don't have an assistant. You see, I am the host, the behind the scenes, the tech guy, the cameraman. I'm everything. Okay, I did a video. The thumbnail was finally, okay? Good news for Advocate Therefore. It was a great video. You guys responded so well to it. And then the title was Discover Why This is Going to Be a Good Year for Advocate Therefore, and you guys jumped in, okay? You guys came through. I never even got a kind of side comment. That was crazy. Yeah. The comments in that video were 443 comments that you guys said, and everything was just congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Everybody, okay, was celebrating the Advocate. It was just such a beautiful moment to see. It was so beautiful that the Advocate himself came in. The Advocate himself came into the comment section, because that's what you guys do when you hit that share button. You guys fetched Advocate Teffo Malisela, and he came into the comments and he said, "Thank you guys. It is me, Advocate Teffo. I love you guys." And I said, wow, that is so beautiful. Like I don't do my videos with the expectation of, getting acknowledgement. But this was beautiful to see. The comment made me extremely happy. And that's the power of the internet. Yeah, we can talk to Daniel. Daniel Malisela Teffo. Patricia Michelle calls him Dan. So sometimes I might say Dan. That's because you already know I'll be copying, or should I say stealing, Patricia Michelle. She calls him Dan. And I said, you know what? And when was that? That was 4 weeks ago. And I said, you know what? I think we should host him. I think we should host Malisela Teffo in one of our lives. And you guys, because I saw over 400 comments and I saw positive comments, I said, you know what? I think we should. I think we should. I think it's a great time, and I think we'll have a great topic to cover. His new role, right? Yes, that's right. Okay, so let's get into it. For those of you who don't know, let me see if I can find the Facebook post. Give me one quick second. Talk amongst yourselves in the comment section. FOS. I hope my memory is serving me correctly. Ooh. Come on. I'm not sure if this is the one. I always like to, give credit to the original post. There's so many posts. Maybe this one? No. There are so many posts. I can't find the original one. Okay, let me try one more way. I want to give credit to. Okay, guys, I can't find it. So I'm just going to read this one. It says, okay, so 4 weeks ago, this is what we found out about Daniel Malisela Teffo Advocate, the Forum for South Africa, FOSA, has announced the appointment of disbarred. I hated that they used the word disbarred. I really hated it because why are you giving a good announcement and then adding a negative in the sentence? You're canceling. One is canceling the other. That's not how we write English. Okay, as Paul O'Sullivan. He's from Dublin. Anyway, the Forum for South Africa also has announced the appointment of disbarred advocate Malisela Teffo as its head of intelligence. According to Fossa, Teffo brings vast and proven experience in policing, intelligence, and the legal fraternity. And I believe that's a whole house. I think that's a full package. I agree because he comes with his policing background. You know, he was a policeman. He was inside Palati within SAPS. And then within SAPS, he started studying his LLB in Tonton. It's just like, Brigadier Bongani Nicholas Kiminda. He hasn't confirmed yet if he's got his LLB. Has he got his LLB yet? Let us know if you're a classmate of Brigadier Bongani Nicholas Kiminda. I promise to keep you anonymous. But so while he was a policeman, he started studying his LLB, and he attained his LLB. And then to be inside Palati, the High Court, you've got to then apply. So he got all those things, okay? And then he was able to put on the bib. You do know they put on a bib, right? That white thing is a bib they put over their shirts. I thought it was hilarious. How do I know? One of the days, SABC was still dedicated to the cause, okay? While they were still dedicated to the cause, now they're just a bunch of crap. Yeah. Has anyone also noticed inside Palati within the SENZO MEYIWA trial, there's no reporters anymore? None. There's just ghosts. They just come, set up the cameras, and that's it. Sound is horrendous. There's no DJ anymore. There isn't even an SABC DJ. Sound is horrendous. Nobody the entire week said, you know what? Attorney Sipho Ramasipili is much shorter than Advocate Omnisi Wemvula. And these are people who probably did a class of sound. And Ramasipili talks and stands to the side, which means what is the mic picking up? Absolutely nothing. The mic, nobody said, you know what? Let's lower the mic. Let's lower the mic because Ramasipili is shorter than Omnisi, and then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to pick up a much better sound quality. And maybe somebody should tell him that he needs to look at the mic when he's talking. But anyway, just a tiny little pet peeve. So I've heard a saying that says we can always forgive bad picture quality. You have noticed I haven't even mentioned their flying logo all over the screen because it's like, oh, okay, I see you. So your flying logo only flies on the SENZO MEYIWA trial. There's no flying logo over there at the Malangarism. There's no flying logo over there at any other trial. Just the SENZO MEYIWA trial. The ghost town? Okay. It is what it is. So we see you, but I prefer the flying logo, to be honest. I prefer the flying logo because the giant logo in the center of the screen, I'm left thinking to myself, how are we supposed to see the people? Some of us need to see the facial expressions. Some of us need to have eye contact with their guests or whatever it is that they're showing. But we're stuck staring at this giant logo. Come on now. Do better, giant logo company. Do better, okay? But anyway, let's continue with this announcement. So he did his LLB. So advocate, according to Foster, therefore brings vast and proven experience in policing, intelligence, and the legal fraternity. His extensive background in law enforcement and criminal investigations positions him as a valuable asset in strengthening Foster's capacity to combat corruption and criminality. Advocate Teffo was also a target of Sibia and Brigadier Bongani Nicholas Kiminda, who's on page 283 of Paul O'Sullivan's book, Stop Me If You Can. And yes, I know, I promised you that I will be coming to you with a video showing you that Paul O'Sullivan, yes, Paul O'Sullivan, disgraced Paul O'Sullivan. After he arrived at the ad hoc committee. He arrived at the ad hoc committee. Let me look for his book cover, okay? Because he puts it on his book. It's actually on his book cover. That's how it is. Actually, I've got it over here. Hold the line. talk amongst yourselves in the comment section. I don't need to search for it because I've got it. Where is my Paul O'Sullivan book cover? There it is. Oh no, we don't see it here. Okay, give me a second. Give me 1 second. Hold the line. We've got to talk about it because you guys remember Lolo. Shout out to Lolo. She represents crime intelligence, and since then the judge sees her beyond the abuse he used to grant her. So I'm like Ramasipili as well, looking to the side. So my sound is going to be a little bit off, but give me a second. I just need to type this. Stop me if you can. Book cover. Paul O'Sullivan. Oh, C. Okay. So this, you know how like if you have an LLB in your signature there at the bottom of your email, you write your name. Let's say Dan Malisela. Okay, and then you put a comma, and then you put LLB. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Paul O'Sullivan, in his book title, he said it's written Paul O'Sullivan CFE. Now one would be tempted to say, what is CFE? Crime forensics. I'm not even sure what the E stands for. Something like that. He explains it in the book. Crime forensics certification. Some form of certification or title he gave himself. CFE stand for. Oh, there's an examination. Okay, CFE. Ooh, there it is. So that makes him a certified fraud examiner. I'm glad I checked because I said forensic. He went to the ad hoc committee with his tie. The tie, have you guys noticed he wears the same tie all the time? Somebody tell me in the comment section what that tie represents. Okay, I bet you it's tie of note. It's got to mean something. It's got to be a Rotary Club, something. I know it's something, but I don't know what it is. Okay, so please educate me in the comment section down below. So on his book cover, he tells us he is a certified fraud examiner. He arrived at the ad hoc committee with his tie buttoned up after playing hardball for 2 months. And then he finally voluntarily, they didn't even get to issue the subpoena. They were still trying to beg the Speaker of the House to understand the situation. And the Speaker of the House was saying, and you see, okay, this is Paul O'Sullivan, an esteemed white man. No, I'm not a racist, but in this commentary, we're going to call a spade a spade. Paul is a white man, and he has led from a position of privilege because of the color of his skin. As ad hoc, I realized that as I was reading his book. I never said it aloud because, you got to be very selective with some of these commentaries, conversations. But guess what? Guess what happened? He arrived at the ad hoc committee with his white supremacy attitude, and the white supremacy non-accepting members of the ad hoc committee said, "You're not here to play." And on paragraph 3 of his statement, he said, "Listen, I don't want to talk to nobody. Don't ask me anything about before 2009. In translation in English, that's a code for make sure you dig deep. Dig deep and find what you find. And they found out he doesn't even have ownership. My goodness. What a discovery. No higher education. He tried to throw that. And then my plane. I've got my plane. It didn't work. And then Honorable Dame. Oh, now that's a fourth. And she said, "So you've never, ever received money from the slush fund?" And Paul O'Sullivan said, "Never. That's a manner of heaven that the police are using as they please." Honorable James said, "Here is your a payment notice of 100,000 rand. 100,000 rand." And Paul O'Sullivan said, "What?" And she said, "Oh, you're still watching? Okay. Here. And then you also deposited into your account. Here's your net bank account. Is this not your account?" Paul O'Sullivan was found speechless. You see, if this was Julius Mkonoaze, he would have been drinking water in that moment right there. But you see, Paul O'Sullivan, he said, "No, I've got to save grace. I've been running this show for too long. It's too soon for me to lose it all right here on camera." I actually wanted to check today if he was going to show up at the famous channel that hosts him with such high regard. Let me do a quick audit to see if they called him today to come speak for his disgraced nature. Oh, they did not. This is embarrassing. Nothing. But they love him so much. Anyway, whatever. I'll do a deep dive later. Maybe it's hidden inside their video that they talk about Paul O'Sullivan, but it's not on the thumbnail. Imagine not putting Paul O'Sullivan on their thumbnail. Crazy business. But anyway, he's been leading from a place of privilege. So, why did I bring up Paul O'Sullivan to the conversation? Well, it is alleged. There's still an allegation right now that he was involved. This is exclusive right here on Mzansi. And I don't do exclusive. But this one I came as an exception. It is alleged. Are you listening to me? Are you ready to hear the allegation? Advocate Teffo Malisela. Hold that thought, okay? That's not the point of this video. You're still going to get a video of that. So make sure you go right ahead and turn on your notifications. Make sure you're subscribed, because once I drop that video, I'll be dropping that video. One would be tempted to say, drop it for members. But that wouldn't be fair. We're a family, 77,000 strong. I think in celebration of our milestone, I will make it public and then move it to members only. So you want to catch it when I drop it. Yeah, how about that? I'll make it public and then I will move it. Okay? So to make sure that you don't miss out on the video being dropped, make sure you turn on notifications. I'm going to drop a link in the comment section here. In that link, make sure you drop your email, because some of you always come and I hear the heaviness in your voice when you say, I didn't get notifications that you were live. I can't believe I missed an entire live. So I found a way. I found a way for us to be in contact without relying on an algorithm. It will be delivered directly to your email address. I promise never to spam you. If you got the notification in your email today for this live, drop a 1 in the comment section so others know that yes, we are in business. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so let's get into it. Let us start with this video. Let's get into it.
From the courtroom to the center of South Africa's corruption debate, Advocate Mzansi Teffo remains a figure who divides opinion and draws national attention. Now appointed as the head of intelligence at the Forum for South Africa, Advocate Teffo is stepping into a role that places him at the heart of questions around accountability, oversight, and civic intervention. Hi, Tudumelanga, very good evening. My name is Teffo Mulukwan. Welcome to this edition of Soweto Today. Tonight, we're joined in studio by Advocate Mzansi Teffo, the newly appointed head of intelligence at the Forum for South Africa, for an in-depth conversation on his appointment, his approach to intelligence-led accountability, and the controversies that have kept him in the public spotlight. He joins us this evening on the show. Advocate, much appreciated for taking the time. Good evening.
Evening, Teffo. Thanks for having me.
Much appreciated. I think the burning question on everyone is the issue of the disbarment, which transpired and, led to you being taken out of court with the situation that happened when you were still doing the SENZO MEYIWA murder trial.
So I love that he went straight into it. Straight into it, he didn't hide, and then right away said, let's talk about the disbandment. I do think that was a mistake though. But let's listen to it. Let's listen to what happens next.
Let's maybe just get a sense of actually what does this mean for you, as a legal practitioner? Are you still operating? Do you still, practice in this regard?
Thank you for coming to that point, Teffo. I just need to clarify it for the viewers once and for all. So thanks for this opportunity.
Yep.
Yes, I'm still very much advocate of the High Court in this country. Mainly when the people or when the viewers don't see me at SENZO MEYIWA case, because I came in the space of the viewers' places been known by the SENZO MEYIWA case. So when they don't see me doing that case, they really believe that I'm disbarred. Actually, I'm not disbarred. So, but now something wrong happened by the Pretoria High Court, whereby they took the fraudulent judgment that was issued by acting judge by then Advocate Thembi Bukako and Justice Nyati. They were appointed by the then Deputy Judge President Obrele Dwaba, just to make a judgment to say to find me guilty, say that I'm struck of the roll, so that they can use it to go and remove my name from the National Gazette.
Yeah.
You know, once you are admitted as an advocate or attorney, your name goes to the Department of Justice. They call it the National Gazette.
Yeah.
So I've been admitted on the 5th of January 2009 as an advocate at Pretoria High Court by the Justices Raulinga and Buata. So here I've got an evidence, the living testimony. I brought these documents. This is my enrollment certificate. You can see.
So, do you see why I call it that it was a mistake for him to begin from the disbarment? Because we get lost in translation. We're going back to the disbarment, we're going back in time, we're going back to the negative. We want to hear about his new role, which he has been in for literally 4 weeks. We want to hear how it's going, we want to hear how this has impacted his life, and some of us want to hear how is his family doing, has the family dynamics improved, what is everything like now? Okay, now that you are no longer arrested, no longer going to courts for this and that. We do know that you have been banned from the Pretoria North High Court. That is not a secret. There's a document that he shared. So I feel like this interview, Soweto TV channel, I think they made a mistake. I think it was noble. We thought it was going to be a 30-second thing. Daniel was going to regroup from that and go into where they want to go. No. He is going through paperwork again. We saw this display at, first we saw it at the, what is it called? Podcast and Chill. Shout out to the chillers. And then from there, we saw him at Nsuki Mazai. Shout out to her. And then we saw him at SMWX. I'm so bad with acronyms. SMWX, yes, that's it. We saw him there. And I think Sizwe Mpofu of all three places explained the disbarment better because he's coming with a law understanding. We already know Podcast and Chill is there for the Izindaba. Okay, those are the OG Bondabas. And so I felt like it wasn't a guided experience in terms of what's going on with the disbarment. Nsuki Mazwai as well, I felt like she gave him a platform, which I agree. Okay, I'm not taking away from the fact that he needed a platform to vent. But I think that this opportunity should have been used. If I was his PR publicist, I would have told him, okay, now we're moving away from the past. We're moving in this direction where you are the head. He's been appointed as the head of intelligence. That's like a huge role. Let's just equate it for a tiny little second to General Kumalo. Yeah, Dumisani Kumalo of Crime Intelligence, represented by Shawolo. Yes, him. Crime Intelligence boss, and he's the head of intelligence for the Forum for South Africa. I think that's a phenomenal appointment for him, and I think he's highly qualified for it. But I think there's a danger. There is a danger if he is still stuck in the past And this video here shows us that, ooh, he's still back there. So let's continue listening and hearing what happens next.
Unfortunately, there's something that I need to address first in relation to that. So at one stage, it was then by the time when I was doing this case, actually from the 2018, I started to stay in Rivonia. I was in Rivonia.
Yeah.
Yes, and then because I've worked about 800 meters away in Santon police station. That's why I worked, started to work. But now we stayed here in Rivonia. Now we were like a nomadic, moving place to place. So I had my qualification, my certificates and everything. They were like, every time when you move, the frame will break.
Yeah.
So my wife ended up taking all the certificates out of the frames, put them in one envelope.
Yeah.
Yes, so
that's how it got damaged.
That's how it got damaged. So that's how it got damaged. It's not only it,
yeah.
Also certificate of degree, my matric certificate. See, so I still going to renew them. So now this is my certificate of enrollment. Yes, so I made a copy there.
So basically, before we get into your work with FOSA, basically, you will still be in the courts to deal with other matters.
I'm still in the court dealing with other matters.
Yeah.
And from the day, remember the date of alleged disbarment,
yeah,
or a strike of the roll. That judgment is dated the 16th of September 20.
Hold on. What do you mean you don't hear anything? Can you guys hear? Please drop a 2 in the comment section. Let me know you can hear everything loud and clear. Let's just check, because my screens here say everything is excellent. But let me know if you are hearing the audio well. Drop a 2, please, in the comment section down below. Okay, we got our 2s. City, go ahead and end your live on your end, and then come back in, because we are live. Okay, we're inside. We are within, and those of you who are joining us from the live stream, I fixed the layout, so you should be able to see Advocate Teffo's voice. That was just in this layout. And yeah, let's continue. Let us continue. I just wanted to do a sound check, which I should have done in the beginning.
2022. From the same date of the 16th of September 2022, I didn't even appear to court when they delivered it, because I knew that was a circus. Yeah. So they called me to come. Judge Nati, secretary, and the Bukako secretary, they called me to come to court for the delivery of the judgment. I said, no, deliver it. That is not for me. Deliver it, then bring it to me, then I'll see. After deliver, I'll take it from there. So the following week, I had about 3 matters at the labor court. I've been doing the job as an advocate since from the alleged 16th September of 2022. I never stopped doing my job, but only that when the viewers don't see me on SENZO MEYIWA case, they believe that rumors or that the perception that I'm struck with the role.
Speaking
of that perception or that rumor, drop a 3 in the comment section and let me know if that is your understood perception, that Advocate Teffo is not in the SENZO MEYIWA case because he has been struck off the roll. Let me know if that's your perception. I didn't know that was a thing. I also have not felt that in my comment section. But if that is your perception, drop a 3 in the comment section and let me know that you believe Malisela Daniel Teffo, Advocate, is not in the SENZO MEYIWA trial because he's been struck off the roll. Drop those 3s, let me know, and we'll just continue over here.
About the SENZO MEYIWA murder trial, I mean, you've built a strong profile over the years as a legal practitioner. I want to understand what really motivated you to take cases that attract rather intense, some would say, court of public opinion and all these things, but they've got the public interest at heart. What really attracts you? Is it your passion to for accountability?
Definitely so. Actually, peace-loving person, law and order, justice, tranquility. I love justice for the people and for my people of South Africa. You see, so in the labor, I've got the Constitutional Court judgment in the labor matters.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm specializing in labor. The love of labor developed while I was still in the police. I was a shop steward. Actually, throughout the 19 years that I've been in the police, I've been the shop steward. I've been doing the cases of the police, very difficult cases. So the case that I have, it was after I left the police. The judgment was delivered on the 10th of December, 2015. It was a case of the late, unfortunately, my client has passed on. It was G.J. Baloyi. He was the superintendent at the Mankweng Hospital. So I did this case. It was dismissal. He returned. He was reinstated after 10 years of dismissal. In that case, the Constitutional Court judgment. So in that, because I think this thing of being enemized by the state, that is coming from a long way. Because that case is 227/14, 2014. My name is not there. It's only my attorney. Because the state attorney threatened my attorney by that time to say, if you can say that Advocate Teffo was your briefing counsel in this matter. And as junior as I was, and I was 2 years by that time doing the cases.
Advocate, we're going to park it there. I want us to get into your work as the head of intelligence there at FOSA. So we're going to take a quick ad break. When we come back, let's delve deep into it. Your core objectives, since you've got a tough task of dealing with accountability in this very difficult moments that the country is facing. We're going to take.
Okay, so while they take the ad break, let me know in the comment section down below how the interview is going for you. For me, I feel that he lost control of the interview. I literally clicked this live. It did show up as a recommendation, and I was just so excited that, wow, we are going to hear from Advocate Teffo, and then we're going to proceed. Okay, he's back. The sound is off.
This evening, as we talk all things power, accountability with Advocate Mzansi Teffo, who is the head of intelligence at Forum for South Africa. He's joining us in studio this evening. Advocate, as we continue the conversation, let's talk about your primary objective, as the, head of intelligence in FOSA. One of your, let me say, what was quoted about you was, you're going to deal with, corrupt politicians and crooked cops. Those are the, exact words that were quoted there. What is your mandate there?
Yes, thank you. Firstly, in relation to my work as the head of intelligence for the FOSA, I started the intelligence while I was still in the police. Till I was started, like I said, not so far. My work of investigation, I started while I was in Sandton Police Station.
Wait, I gotta stop it right here because you know me, I just gotta give my commentary, okay? I want to say, do you guys see something? Do you notice that he has gained weight? He has gained weight. Are my eyes deceiving me, or is this their camera angles? I feel he looks great. He looks amazing. He has gained weight. And do you guys also notice that beard is not there? Remember the beard from when he appeared inside Dumisani Komaro's courtroom and wanted to be a friend of the court? I'm happy to see that beard is not starring this year as well. Let's continue listening on. Drop us 4 in the comment section. 3. We're at 3. Drop us 3 in the comment section down below. Let me know if you notice that he has gained weight, and also do you see how relaxed he is, and how he's not tense. He's no longer in that tense environment that he came out of. And let's not, cover up the truth. He did go through a lot. He was arrested and dragged out of court on national TV. None of those camera people turned off their cameras. In fact, they said, let it run. Let it keep running. But let's continue listening on.
I was in the section called CIG. CIG is a crime intelligence gathering. So that's where I'm coming from. Now, in relation to my current role, as you can see, that the current situation in our country is not good. So I've been with Force actually as far as last year, from last year October.
Yeah.
Yes. So I've been with them. I met them, the president and the Force team. I'm also in the position anyway. Other than head of intelligence, I'm having the position at the forum itself.
Yeah.
So yes, now in this along, we've identified certain cases that I can call them maybe the court cases that have been there in the space.
Yeah.
You'll know that where my passion lies, starting with the SENZO MEYIWA case.
Yeah.
Is the one on the list as well. Actually, it's number one because we met the Meyiwa family representative, Sifiso Stanley Meyiwa.
Yeah.
Myself and the president of FOSA, Teffo Mashirumpani. And then, but not except that, I've been the watching brief in this case, the 375, the second docket. So now our meeting with FISO, we have resolved by saying that even the families of the 4 accused before Pretoria High Court,
yeah,
they need me back at the case. Because even them, I've clarified about myself not being disbarred. I am even able to practice and everything. So they requested that this year I should go back to this matter. And the bonus on top of the High Court,
yeah,
they
need me back.
We just got to do that one more time.
We have resolved by saying that this case, the 375, the second docket. So now, but not except that, I've been the watching brief in this case, the 375, and the president of FOSA, Teffo Mashirumpani. And then, but not except that, I've been the watching brief in this case, the 375, the second docket. So now our meeting with FISO, we have resolved by saying that even the families of the 4 accused before Pretoria High Court,
yeah,
they need me back at the case. Because even them, I've clarified about myself not being disbarred. I am even able to practice and everything. So they requested that this year I should go back to this matter. And the bonus on top of this is that there's a new sheriff in town at the NTA, Advocate Andy Mutibi.
Yeah.
Yes. So he's going to get the baptism of fire from next week, the first week of February. So the things will start from there, you see. So, yeah.
Okay. We've got to pause, okay, and break down a couple of things that happened there. So firstly, we do see that this video was recorded in advance. It was recorded, I guess, the end of January and only aired last week. Strange. But okay. So that's one thing that we know. Okay. If I look at it now, he was still very brand new in his role. It makes sense a little bit now. In terms of why the interview was not focused on his actual role. That, for me, that was a letdown. That was a disappointment because I really wanted to hear about his new job. So he tells us that a couple of things that we learned from what he said. He is in contact with Sifiso Meyiwa and the families of the 4 accused. 4 accused being accused number 1, Mzansi, accused number 2, NTANZI, accused number 3, Prince Gadla, and accused number 4, Mapisa. And so was sending Mapisa. Of course, as you know, Fisewile and Tuli has never ever been represented by anybody else. Can you just take a moment to acknowledge that? He has never been represented by anybody else other than the one and only Shololo from the Boksburg Magistrate Court. I always said conspiracy theories, but there's one that's just jumping up and down as I say that. Wait, so Sisulu Hintuli was paying Shololo out of pocket from November 2020 all the way until the case came into the courtroom, the High Court. And then until the case stopped and started again, and then legal aid took over. Huh. Anyway, we're not there. We are here, advocate, therefore. So he says the families of the four, which is number 1 to 4, have contacted him, that he's been in touch with them, he's assured them, listen, I'm not disbarred, I am back in town, I'm going back into the High Court. What about the fact that he was banned from the Pretoria North High Court? What's going to happen with that? And so there's a new NPA in town, okay, and he has a new job which will help him stir in a different direction away from the SENZO MEYIWA trial, help him build another portfolio and highlight his excellence and commitment to the law fraternity and highlight his skill sets, combining his policing, combining his LLB Ntontonis, and also his vast experience. Going to overlook all that and go back to the SENZO MEYIWA trial. How is that not a conflict of interest with his current position? That's what's concerning for me. But let me quickly glance at your comments and see what you guys think. We have Kiki saying they need him back inside Phakathi Kokorata's courtroom. Okay, so let's break that down. If he goes back, let's say he does go back. Let's go with that hypothesis. He does go back. What happens to Umnisi, Uramusipili, and Numar? Are they getting fired? Are they walking off the job? Are they working in partnership? Who's going to be paying advocate Teffo? And I'm not being cynical or anything. I just want to get an understanding. If we say yes, he has to go back inside the courtroom, what about advocate Umnisi, Ramasipili, Numar? We know Shololo is untouchable, okay? Mr. Tuli might do those pew pew signals again in the courtroom because him and Shololo joined at the hip, inseparable. They've been together since 2020. Big seal strong. But we are not there, okay? We are not there. Let me know, yeah. Advocate Motivi being promised baptism by fire. Yes. We're interested to know what happens with that. Maybe that's a question we could ask Advocate Teffo when he comes over to Mzansi Unfiltered. And I'm not saying I'm a better host, guys. I did see another comment that says it's difficult to interview Advocate Teffo. I think it comes with the skill set. You've got to control your narrative. You've got to control the room, as we sometimes say. And you just have to bring him back. I think he constantly needs to be brought back. I think the mic sound guy needs to be like the SFBC sound guy. You know the SFBC sound guy when it's getting hot and heated, all of a sudden no sound. No sound gone. Where is the sound gone? There's no option for us to rewind. As Dan said, I saw another comment, Dan says, and then he puts on the ads. You don't know how much I hate those ads. Okay? Like, what do you mean you're putting an ad in the live stream? Shout out to Mzansi Unfiltered. Did you guys notice there are no ads? I turned off the ads for this glorious day because I didn't want us to be disrupted. Yes, even I think the ads are disrupted. Believe it or not. But if you're watching this during the replay, the ads are on, okay? The ads will kick in once we are back and we're done with this live. So that's the joy of joining us live, okay? No ads. Afterwards, though, we've got to keep the lights on. I gotta turn the ads on. I'm sure you understand. If not, let's join, let's become members, and that will help sponsor the channel. And I can be a little bit limited, okay? Not that I want to focus on monetization or money, but money does make the world go round. Don't believe me? Ask Kat Matlala. Ask Morgan Maumela. Ask Mr. Brown Mokhosi, who asks for money in every other WhatsApp message. Ask SENZO Meyyiwa. He's on special leave of absence, paid. Yes, he's being paid. So I don't think it would be fair if I just kept ads off entirely. How are we going to pay for the internet? By the way, how's the internet doing today? I did upgrade my internet about a couple of months ago because I used to get so frustrated when we did our lives. And I haven't seen a single comment. So there's no buffering, right? We're going well. We're doing good. Drop a 4. Let me know the internet is interneting so that I don't scream at my internet provider because it was a stress point for me. It actually made me lazy to go live, if I'm being honest, because I didn't like the buffering. It was horrendous. Yeah. So I upgraded my internet service, which means I have to pay more. And in order to pay more, I'm able to do so because you guys watch the ads, like and comment and subscribe and share and hype. Shout out to everybody who hypes. I still don't know what that is. Guilty confession. I still don't know what that is. I seriously need to take time to find out what it is because YouTube tells me you guys are hyping and I love it. Okay, please keep hyping. I don't know what that is, but keep doing it. Okay, keep hyping the live. It's such a pleasant surprise every time I see, and then you have so many hypes. What on earth are those? Thank you so much. I love it so much. There they are. I'm looking at the hypes again. That's hilarious. I have so many hypes, and I don't know what it is. But YouTube knows what it is. YouTube counts it, and it matters. Makes me happy. Anyway, I am digressing. So let's talk about Dan's message. The SABC audience no longer sits in the view of the camera because he's the one who is often strategically cutting the sound and inserting the ad. So I do have an insert ad button here, but I can't press it because I turned off ads for the live. But the button is there, so I think Dan has a point. But then I think it's very unfair. Okay, SABC, come to the front of the room. I think it's very unfair that as a news channel you insert so many ads during the live stream. We are locked in, as the 2000s like to say. We are locked in. We are listening. You know, it will be in the middle of Ubangani NTANZI saying, and then my t-shirt had boom. Here comes an ad. Then the ad has to run. Then ad ends, and then they've long passed that point. I think it's unfair. And that's just my opinion. Do better, SABC. You're already funded in part by the government. Come on now, turn those ads off. But so let's go back to Advocate Teffo. Let me check your comments. Let me check your comments. Great observation, Dan. SABC is sneaky. Maybe it's the reason on Friday the court had abruptly ended. I don't know. Maybe I missed a comment. You mean that Advocate Teffo is inside Parati within? You are hilarious, David. Dave Bongila says, I don't think it would be a good idea. He must work from outside the courtroom. Great observation, Dan. Next comment says, we're short-changed. The host questions are not quite questioning. Yeah, it goes back to, I will run through the list again, and in no particular order, and no disrespect to previous hosts. That is why I'm willing to put myself on the chopping block and host Advocate Teffo, because I feel people who have hosted Advocate Teffo are not well in tune or well in sync with the SENZO MEYIWA trial. Don't believe me? Look at the host's body language when he starts talking about the SENZO MEYIWA trial. And he's reading, right? He's reading from that device of his, which means there's a producer or somebody in the background who probably sends over a question. So these are not from him, from within, okay? When it was Podcast and Chill, yeah, I think that was in July. right after Umkonoze. He went to podcast and chill, and you could tell he was dropping bombs and bombs and bombs and bombs, but they did not have the bandwidth to carry forward with questioning him. So it became a free for all, let him speak his mind out. And then Nsiki Mazwai as well. I don't think she follows the case intensely. And that's when you can always see someone who doesn't follow the case intently. So if he said to me, let's just do a fake interview right now. Let me just rewind this for a second. Let me play it from here.
Able to practice and everything. So they requested that this year I should go back to this matter.
How? How are you going to go back to this matter? Please give us the steps and processes and procedures. What's going to happen to Umnisi, Ramasipili? Is this going to be a collaboration, or are you kicking them out and they are coming in? Can you explain to us the legal process and procedures that allows for this process to happen? What was those conversations like with you and the family? Did the family reach out to you? Did you reach out to them? Is there any signed documentation? Who's going to pay who? Who is who in the zoo? That's how. Did you see? I cut him off right there while we were still talking. That's how I would have controlled where he's going. And then let's hit the play button.
And the bonus on top of this is that there's a new sheriff in town at the NPA, Advocate Andy Mutibi.
Yeah.
Yes. So he's gonna get the baptism of fire from next week, the first week of February.
What is the baptism of fire? What are you going to do? What are you going to ask for? And is it within the law? Is it lawful what you will be doing? And how does this impact your current position? That's what I would have asked. Let's hear what the host said.
So the things will start from there, you see. So yeah, I've got some cases that we are going to go through them. We're going to deal with them as FOSA. You see.
So besides the SENZO MEYIWA case, which case also is included? Is it another high-profile case? And also, in terms of the collaboration, will you be able to collaborate with other law enforcement agencies so that there's no duplication in terms of the work that is being done currently? And so, how are you going to navigate that whole space?
Yes.
That question actually makes no sense. He started off by saying SENZO MEYIWA, and I was like, okay, good. That question makes no sense. I don't know what he just asked him. But let's hear the answer.
That's correct. Let me just give a typical example from SENZO MEYIWA case. Currently, SENZO MEYIWA case, the one 636, is now done by the Judicare of Legal Aid South Africa. So we have written the letter to the Legal Aid South Africa that they should withdraw their Judicare from this case so that I come in. How am I going to come in this matter?
Okay, so he says he's going to ask them to withdraw. The question is, why? What is the buy-in? Do you see Ramasipili how enraged he is? Do you see how Ramasipili is going step by step, and then you come and say, yeah, withdraw? These guys are also, in my opinion, equally invested in the SENZO MEYIWA trial as Advocate Teffo is. They also want to see this to the end. I don't get a sense that they are not in it to win it. So what is the buy-in for them to walk away? That's my $1 million question.
I myself, last year in July, I've also registered the foundation. We call it Teffo Pro Bono Foundation. I made some presentation before Justice Cameron, who was the inspecting head of the prisons. I've made the presentation about the Pro Bono Foundation, that I'm going to represent people in prison and everything criminally. And even now, otherwise, there are a lot of the case that I'm busy with now, with the other than being under FOSA. So FOSA will be collaborating with the Teffo Pro Bono Foundation. So I'm going to take this case.
I am so happy that he has a registered foundation and that it is a pro bono foundation. I do get some DMs from people who are seeking help, seeking guidance. So I'm happy to hear that, and I will definitely be sending those people in Advocate Devil's direction because sometimes some of the questions. I have another one. It's a sad eviction case, but it's like the basics. The people don't even know the basics, which is have you applied for legal aid? And they just don't know. And we've seen this in the Senzo Meyiwa trial. Then they didn't know his rights. Didn't know. All this we're hearing as Ramasipili is reading sentence by sentence what Magistrate Kanye Golago okay, let me not get into that. Did and didn't do. There's so many steps that could have stopped this roller coaster for Ubungan NTANZI a long time ago, years ago. But you don't know what you don't know. You're just in police custody and doing as they tell you. They don't tell you you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be used against you in a court of law. They don't say that. They don't say that. Ubungan NTANZI was just a minor. Maybe he didn't watch legal TV shows and he didn't know. He didn't know to ask for, hey, can I have my phone call? Patricia Mashale was given a warning statement and told to write down her statement. And she said, everywhere in that warning statement it was blank, 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 blank. Where is my lawyer? Where is? If you know to do that. And they can't do anything to you. Well, of course, unless Jonathan is in the building and they take you to the staircase and then they torture you. But that's in extreme situations. But in a perfect world, you have the right to remain silent. You have the right to not complete that warning statement. Because once you do, and you didn't do it with legal advice, what you have done is signed, sealed, and delivered. They're not going to tear it up and say, we hadn't called Mtiago yet to come and advise you. No. But I like that Ubungan NTANZI knew enough that, listen, Mtiago, who's my sister? What's her name? What's her phone number? I really, really love that. That's a huge point. What did Mtiago say? We'll talk about that later. Because that, Kinida didn't tell me you were that smart, that you're an educated black man. I digress. So what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below. But let's go back to my.
From this duty care of legal aid in the Senzo Meyiwa case, on the pro bono arrangements, we're not going to be paid. Yes, unlike them. Going to do this case, within 3 years, we are already having the deadline. Within 3 months, the case of Senzo Meyiwa must be finalized. Yes.
Just before we go for an ad break, because I'm looking at what we still need to discuss as we wind down the conversation. In terms of what's been happening within the criminal justice system, particularly, I know that you will also answer that after the ad break. But the issue of high-ranking officials that are corrupt, I think it's one of the burning issue currently, especially within the SAPS ranks and also from the political space. Do you think that you guys will be able to crack it?
Definitely so. What I like is about to solve those issues of the corrupt police. It doesn't need any other thing that may be hindrance to us. It needs a book. It's there. For example, we've got the National Commissioner, General Fanima Samola, who was appointed, but he does not have a security clearance. In terms of the law, you cannot appoint the person at his rank without the security clearance. You see, so all the hierarchy of South African Police Service, you tell me any general in South African Police Service. For me, being in the police, having worked at the head office, I was the bodyguard of the general myself. So tell me any general in the South African Police, I will tell you how many skeleton is in his wardrobe. So I already know where I'm going to unveil all this.
Hold the line, Master. Hold the line. What? I missed that. I did not catch that the first time I watched this. He knows the skeleton. Name a general, I'll give you a skeleton. Good name, you guys. What are you saying? Konazi, give us something. Anything. Because as Paul O'Sullivan says, they will find out his followers, the cult that follows Umkwadazi, they will find out that he is not the Lord and Savior of Gotham City. Let me tell you something. Paul Sullivan is very entertaining. He's so entertaining. But then when he got his ad hoc comedy, he realized, damn, they mean business. They are not here to play. I cannot entertain them with my lines. Anyway, did he just say he knows skeletons? Oh, we've got to host him. Do you guys want to hear it? Do we have security clearance to even listen to these guys? Are we ready to hear them? Let me know. Giving him, he knows Kulubutu. And he knows some Kulubutu tendencies. You know what? Come here and tell us about Ant-Man. I'm even afraid to say his name. Just this one. Come and tell us about Ant-Man. Someone left a comment here. Let me find it. How can you leave such a comment? Where is it? I can't find it. But the person said, wait. I know I'm about to find it. There. See, I know everyone who comments, okay? I know your pictures, I know your names, and I just had to scroll till I saw this picture. This comment says, Mzansi Unfiltered, you are like Geninda. You hurt me with that sentence. You hurt me. That's like taking a knife and stabbing me in the back. How can you say I am like Geninda? Because I'm hiding my face? You see, I'm not a public servant. I might be a member of the public jury, but I'm not a public servant. Geninda is a public servant. We have the right, as members of the public, as taxpayers, to see who he is. He has no right to hide behind a mask. No. If he wants to hide behind a mask, he needs to go into private sector. Complete his LLB and be a private citizen. But right now, if he is benefiting from the slush fund, I insist, unmask. I want to take this moment to thank Paul O'Sullivan for that image. We would have never known what Brigadier Bongani Nicholas Geninda looks like the day he went to the Czech Republic, completely sponsored by Paul O'Sullivan. Isn't that amazing? Sometimes one never knows. He was hiding in plain sight. In plain sight. It didn't matter how many times you Googled, you would never find a picture of Brigadier Bongani Nicholas Geninda until the learned friends read Paul O'Sullivan's book and found it. Thank you, Paul. You deserve an award for that. That was huge. You uncovered a covered man. So, Mzansi Unfiltered, you are like Geninda, hiding your face. We have to change your name. No. Application denied. You can't change my name. How are you going to get that? No. Application denied. Let's continue. Let's get back to Advocate Malisela Teffo. The banner on this video is Advocate Malisela Teffo on power, accountability, and his new role at FOSA. But all we've heard about is
You see, so according to me, if I had the control of everything, I would approach the OCJ, Office of Chief Justice, to make sure that the South African Police Service is put under Section 100A, under administration. Dissolve everyone. Because from Masemola has got the case, a tender fraud case of the bulletproof. In that case, the case is there at the IDEC, together with Lieutenant General Mkonazi. They've got the case of tender fraud. You've got your DNC, the Deputy National Commissioner for the Vispol, Lieutenant General Musikili. He's got the case of shoplifting at Macro to the value of 10,000. See, you've got the foreigner, Lieutenant General Nsia Dineo. Now she's calling herself Nkogwa. That is the Lesotho foreigner. My clients, Patricia Mashale, they did bring they requested, they approached the Home Affairs to make investigation. Investigation was done, and it was found that this woman is indeed a foreigner, is Lesotho national.
Advocate, we're going to take a quick ad break because I do not want to interject there because it's a very important information that you are giving us. We're going to take a quick ad break. Advocate Malisela Teffo at his new role as the head of intelligence there at FOSA. Let's take a quick breather. When we come back.
Okay, so there's music, so I got to cut it right there while he's still outroing. Let's see some of our comments, shall we? Okay. If Gideon passes his LLB, he will be a very dodgy lawyer who can put people under the bus. Ooh, the bus will back forward and he will back up that bus. It will be so bad.
Advocate, as we wind down the conversation, I mean, there's some cases that you're going to be dealing with. I mean, my question basically is, what would be the plans moving forward, with this new position that you have and the cases that...
At this point, he sounds like he's about to beg him. Please, can we talk about your job? Can we talk about your new job already? I know you've got all these topics you want to talk about. He even brought his certificate. He brought his damage certificate, which is very, very unfortunate that they are. But I'm not sure why he brought the certificate. I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm losing my sound in my headphones. I just had to adjust myself. So let's go back to the interview. Let's listen if he finally lands his plane, Mr. Interview Host Man. Is the plane landing, or are you still building it while it's flying?
That you will be dealing with.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. As I said, that is given. Agreement resolution is there. I'm going back to SENZO MEYIWA case as per the request of FOSA and the families. So, and then other than MEYIWA case, we've got also the Babita Deokaran murder case. You'll know that the whistleblower from the Tembisa Hospital, Luti.
Yeah.
Yes. So we met the brother of Babita Deokaran, and we discussed about this matter. Indeed, he's happy for our involvement as FOSA and Malisela Teffo Pro Bono Foundation. And then among them, they need us to help him to establish Babita Deokaran Trust Fund as well as a foundation.
Yeah.
In the name of Babita and for her children. Yes, so this is what we are going to do. And fortunately, I've got the knowledge about it. By the time when I was in Sun City, the people who were involved in the shooting, they were there. And then in this case, there was a plea bargain, a foundation, in the name of Babita. Indeed, is happy for our involvement as FOSA and Malisela Teffo Pro Bono Foundation. And then among them, they need us to help him to establish Babita Deokaran Trust Fund as well as a foundation in the name of Babita and for her children. Yes, so this is what we are going to do. And fortunately, I've got the knowledge about it. By the time when I was in Sun City, the people who were involved in the shooting, they were there. And then in this case, there was a plea bargain. See, people were given 20 years, but they will be in prison for 8 years. We know it cannot even 8 years, 4 years, they are going to go out. So, number two, Babita. And then we've got another case that is not known, is a Bafana Siveko murder case. Bafana Siveko stays in Naledi in Soweto. He was killed by the police, Hillbrook police, and the JMPD. So they killed him at his house when he was with his girlfriend at the back room. So, they choked him and suffocated him, those police. They are not the police from Naledi, but the police coming from Hillbrook. They've done that. And then the matter is with IPED. IPED is doing nothing about this matter. The culprit are still roaming around. Yes. It's we've spoken to Bafana's mother. Actually, it was brought by, after they heard about this, it was brought by Busisiwe Sibeko, Bafana Sibeko's mother. So this is another case that we are going to do. It's a cold-blooded murder by the police. Yes, and then another case is a Mbata murder case. Mbata was a young boy of 21 years old.
The one in Klepgat, that's the one.
No, at Pageview, at next to Brixton.
Okay.
Yeah, Mbata was killed by the Brixton flying squad policeman. Yeah, Warrant Officer Bromner. He shot him in the broad daylight from the back when Mbata was running, and then he shot him from the back. And we know that Section 49 of the Criminal Procedure Act doesn't allow that, because that man was not in danger.
Yeah.
He shot him from the back while he was handcuffed from the back, and Mbata died on the spot. You see, I've been pushing for this matter to be investigated, but IPT is doing nothing about that. And the culprit is still loose. He's still working at the Brixton Flying Squad. You see, Warrant Officer Bremner. Those are the cases that we are going to dealing with them. And the last one, the other one is that one of.
Okay, so before he goes into his next. Okay, so before he goes into the next one, let's just take a quick ad break. Okay, Mzansi Unfiltered, yes. I turned off ads as a special tribute to our milestone, 77,000 subscribers on this channel. So I want to say a special thank you. I turned off ads, but I'm going to, plug myself. Yeah, I think I can plug myself on my own live stream. And guess what? You guys don't see it, but YouTube here on the side is like, listen, Gulugudu, we see you, okay? And then send me a notification. Turn on automated ads. It helps you earn more while optimizing the experience of your channel viewers. I thought that was hilarious when I saw that pop up. No, YouTube, I intentionally turned off the ads today because I wanted to pay tribute to members of the public jury, and I wanted to have, a great experience during this milestone. So just so you guys know, please go ahead, take note of the URL on your screen right now. Tap it. No, you can't tap it because it's on the screen. You can if it's here in the comments. I've pinned it. It's a pinned comment. Go ahead and tap it. Go ahead and make sure that you join our mailing list, email list, so that I go ahead and send you email notifications the next time we're live so that you don't miss out on email notifications. Don't forget, I will be dropping an advocate Teffo video. It will be live first to members of the channel, okay, publicly. And then I'm going to move it to the members only section. So this is a good time as well for you to consider becoming a member so you can always catch up on the exclusives that I put up, and I keep them inside Party within the replay. Yeah. So let's go back. That was the ad break. That's it. That's all. Did you like this ad break? It's not much. So go ahead, type in the URL, join our mailing list so that you become part of the notification gang. And I have full control of it. And you know what? As I was sending out my email last night, I realized, wait, I don't have to mince my words. I can say it like it is. So I'm going to have so much fun with that because, there's so many words that we can't say on YouTube. But guess I can say them in the email. We can speak as honest friends. Let's continue back to this interview.
Because we're running out of time, let's talk about, how do you plan on, as we will wrap up the conversation?
What a shame. This is probably his 6th or 10th time trying to figure out what exactly is your job. I think that's what I would have said. I think he was asking too technical questions. The English was just too much. I'm not saying Advocate Teffo doesn't understand English. Hello, he's got higher education. Doesn't. Oops, did I say that out loud? Anyway, Advocate Teffo, I'm not undermining. He's an educated black man. Mr. Host just needed to punch it down to the point. Tell me about your first day on the job. What does your job entail? Make the members of the public understand what you're going to do on a day-to-day. Okay, so you're going to open a non-profit for Babita's family. Okay, and then? What next? Do you understand what I mean? I felt that was a little bit lacking. I walked away from this interview, I'm going to be honest. Stay till the end, I'll give you my honest opinion of what happened and why I didn't do a video on this interview throughout the week, even though you guys kept tagging me and telling me in the comment section, go and watch. I had already seen it. The algorithm already algorithmed and put this video in my feed, and I watched it start to finish. Let's continue listening on.
How do you plan on protecting whistleblowers? We've been seeing what's been happening in the country when it comes to whistleblowers. They're being killed for coming forward and exposing the truth. How do you plan on dealing with that?
Exactly. That is one of the program within our midst at the FOSA, as well as Malesela Teffo Pro Bono Foundation. And then we already having the main well-known whistleblowers. One is Patricia Mashale. We have Patricia Mashale within our midst, is our client. We've got, I've got Angel Swallow. Angel Swallow is a whistleblower who uncovered the corruption within Absa Bank of 180 million within Absa Bank. And after she uncovered that, before that time, actually, when she was working in the division called Customs and Import Division of the bank. So she's a workaholic. She was given bonus for her duty, the way she's a performer. She was given a performance bonus. And then thereafter, she discovered there's a corruption of 180 million. And then 2 months down the line, she was now taken for the disciplinary hearing for incapacity. 2 months ago, this person was 4 months ago, this person got a performance bonus. Now, 2 months down the line, she can no longer perform. She was taken for the disciplinary hearing. She was fired for incapacity. And in that division, because at the banks, there is still serious racism at the banks. She's the only African woman who was working in that division.
Advocate, unfortunately, we've ran out of time. I wish we could continue, but I can definitely promise you that we will have you back just to get feedback on progress in terms of the cases that you're dealing with. But I would like to thank you, much appreciated, for coming in and sharing this with us. We hope that there will be accountability in this regard. Quite a lot has been unfolding over the past few years, and then we haven't seen, the arm of the law taking its course in many of these matters. But thank you again for coming in.
Thank you, TM.
That was Advocate Malesela.
Yes, I'm intentionally silent because that's what I felt when I initially watched this and thought, wait, you're done? Wait, you need to understand something, Mr. Host. When you gather the nation and tell us that you are hosting Advocate Dev, by the way, I've never seen that channel ever on pop up on my feed. So the algorithm said, wait, this one is about Teffo. Let's recommend it over here to Mzansi Unfiltered. And for sure, I hit click right away. I was probably watching something else, which is why I always tell you guys, hit the like button as soon as you land on the video, because something else might catch your attention, and then you're gone with the wind, and you're left without your civic duty, leaving a like on the video. So go ahead, take a moment right now. Make sure you like the video. I would absolutely appreciate it. What it does, it gives mileage to the channel. It puts the channel forward. And my goal this year is to get on the homepage, so that by getting on the homepage, it's not Mzansi Unfiltered on the homepage. No, it's the SENZO MEYIWA trial on the homepage. Do you see the difference? Do you see the impact? Because I think we've lost a lot of people along the way, dropped interest, especially this week. It was tough. I think I saw Sidi here with a comment saying she cried until her tears dried. This week was hard. I couldn't watch continuously. It was painful. It was very, very painful. And you can tell that NTANZI and Ramasipili had a guided conversation before, where Ramasipili is like, listen, I am not quarrelsome. So NTANZI, don't be dramatic over there. Okay, just answer my questions. And then there were moments where you could hear NTANZI off ramp. And Ramasipili would just stand there and stare at him like, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is not the direction we are going in. If it was Advocate Nisi would be like, come on now, Louder, louder, Bongani dance. Did you mean to say that? But that's not Ramasipili's style. Ramasipili is peaceful, non-confrontational, and non-quarrelsome. So when the algorithm said, come and watch Advocate Teffo, we honor. And I said, yes, let me go and watch. Clicked, there he was. Okay, it's not what's it called? Clickbait. Okay. I sat down, got my popcorn. I said, here we go. I'm in for the long run. The only thing I walked away having learned about Advocate Therefore and his new job is that he has a new job. That's all. But which was anticlimax for me, I'm being honest. It was very disappointing. I walked away from spending a good, how long is this interview? 26 minutes and 6 seconds because I watched everything. Here I'm logged in on my channel where I don't get ads. But on my phone I get ads, which means that it was longer, which means I watched the ads as well. What do you mean? I felt we didn't get enough. I think we also can't get enough of Advocate Therefore. I think that's the honest truth. I think we're very invested in his story. I think he does come with the experience. I think that job, head of intelligence. Not, and I forgot to mention, he also has the experience of being inside Karate within a prison setting. He knows what it's like. You know, when we talk on from our side, we're talking from a viewer perspective where we see Kat Matlala get into the van. But I have no experience being in a van. I have no experience going for a bail hearing. I have no experience clicking on the phone. But Advocate Therefore does. So he has this well-rounded, vast experience of all corners of everything. From being a policeman who arrests people to being the arrested and the in-between and knowing the laws of what his rights are. I felt the interview did not tap into that side of him. It didn't tap into us walking away knowing more than we already know about Advocate Therefore. Except we know now, going back to the SENZO MEYIWA trial, according to him. And we know he's going to have a lot of work with the new NDPP. But we don't know what his job is about. That's my beef. That's my beef with this interview. And that's why, so for me, when I do videos, I want to make sure it's impactful. I want to make sure it has a message. I want to make sure, I'm calling you to attention to come watch the video. I wanted to have a point. I didn't have any part of the video that I could put on blast, so to speak. There was nothing. We've heard it that he wants to come back to the SENZO MEYIWA trial. We've heard that before. I guess maybe the new thing is that he spoke to the families. Okay. I don't like to put their families on blast because they are the families. They are not the accused. So if you've noticed, I try to shy away from that. Just out of respect of the family's privacy, if I can say so. And also, what else did we learn? Let me know in the comment section what you learned. Never mind me. It can't always be about me. What did you learn? So to everybody who tagged me, kept coming to my comments and saying, yeah, we see this video, but did you see the Advocate Therefore video? This is the reason why I couldn't do a video. I had nothing to say. I had nothing to add onto the conversation. We didn't learn anything new. If I wanted to do for views and likes, by the way, when I pick a video, I do it intentionally. I think I can be honest. I pick stories that are going to drive the narrative. They're going to bring views and likes and people to watch my ads so that we can keep the lights on. I'm going to be honest. I didn't see where this video was going to go and I didn't want to put out a pointless video. Where would my steamer be if I put out a pointless video? I can't be doing that. We're too far in. We're too far in to just put out a pointless video. When I did the Tumelo video, I knew exactly what to say. I put the thumbnail. Patricia Mashale is serving Tumelo Mandlala dessert. I need to go click on that. I know it. Because it's a storyline. It's a story I can build on. And Patricia was serving dessert. I enjoyed the comments. You guys also enjoyed the video. You liked the video. That's how I can build a story. Some of you, okay, members of the Know It All, yeah, come to the front. Come to the front. I posted a video this morning, which is about Judge Rata was summoned to chambers. You do know that was just a comedic twist, right? You do know that I was just playing with words. Yes, they came back. Okay, fine. I'll say it on record. They came back after, and Jonas had to go. Where is the humor on a Sunday? Where is the why are you such a spoiler alert? Now, how am I going to do my next video and say Judge Writer is safe? I know my next video when I put out the first one, I was going to come back and say Judge Writer is safe. George Valoy didn't put hands on him. But the story was fun for me to create. Like, why is he being dragged into chambers? Why couldn't they say it's there on record? Nisi has to put on record that he has to go to the Comrades marathon. He wasn't granted a silent audience in the background. I'm not saying that Jonas's business should be put on blast. I'm saying what's good for the goose is also good for the gander. But one thing I know about the SENZO MEYIWA trial, okay, because I am Bundaba, I've been watching this long enough. I know they'll do anything to finish early on a Friday. Ooh, I said what I said. They will do anything to finish early on a Friday. And this time it was Jonas it was his turn. Am I lying? Did I lie though? When was the last time they had a full session on a Friday? Did I lie? Drop a 5 in the comment section if you think I'm being biased and I'm lying. Judge Rata would never, ever end court suddenly on a Friday. They run full sessions every Friday without fail. They each take turns, guys. Come on. I have worked in corporate before. I know what it's like to want to finish work early on a Friday. I, however, work at Mzansi Unfiltered. We can take Friday off anytime we want. So make sure you watch the ads because, that keeps the lights on. It gives me some of these little privileges in life. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see some of these comments. It's not easy to interview Malisela, therefore. I think you can still guide him. It's also not easy to interview Donald Trump. Dan says, I'm happy he's out from jail. I'm happy the false charges are dropped. He's still disbarred. I like how you start from the positive, Dan. He's still disbarred. That's basically the reality, guys. I know we don't like the reality, but it's the reality. It is the reality. He still quit the case. Okay, he stayed in the so he's still disbarred. He still quit the case. He still met with Chikotwala. Chikotwala to the front, and we miss you. We miss you. Where are you? Where is Chikotwala, guys? Are you guys? The man is too quiet. I am worried, especially during these difficult times. I'm gonna dude. Where is Chikotwala? Never mind the SENZO MEYIWA trial. He has nothing to say on the Madlama Commission. He has nothing to say on the ad. He's hiding because he doesn't want to be mentioned. Are there skeletons in Chikotwala's closet? Other than the SENZO MEYIWA trial? Allegedly? I don't know. I'm asking. Because a man that loud can't suddenly go silent. Or did he go silent after the passing of Ungone Zulu? I'm thinking out loud. Did he go? When was the last time we heard from Chikotwala? You know what? I'm just going to have to check that. I'm going to do investigative research on that. The man went silent. At some point, he decided silence can never be misquoted. And do you see? I can't quote him in 2026 or it's most of 2025, if I'm being honest. The man went silent. Where are you, Chikotwala? Where are you? Come out of hiding. come to mom. I miss you. You see, the videos on Chicken Tala do very well as well on my channel. I'm being honest, guys. I miss him because he brings perfect. Okay, I gotta put it out. We don't have ads today, so I can speak honestly, right? I'm trying to take this video down after. I'm not gonna keep it live. So anyway, let me go back to Dan's comment. How are we doing? How are we doing? I'm happy he's out from jail. I'm happy the false charges are dropped. He's still disbarred. He's still quite. He still quit the case. He still met with Chico for what? He's still long with voice blaming Ukeli Kumalo. Mic drop. There are the threes. Bongele says, I think the interview is not asking the correct question. No, not at all. I think, guys, here's my honest opinion about Advocate. I think he's an intellect. And I think he needs somebody who can be at the level. Excuse me, I think he needs someone who can be at the level that he is at. So when he goes left, they bring him right. And then when he goes left again, they say, come back here. We are here. Focus. That's what Patricia likes to say, by the way, in her comment section. I had someone in my comment section, let me off ramp for a second. I had someone in my comment section yesterday. I think that some people are just strange. I'm finding the comment for you because this comment just shocked me. It left me shocked. So I posted the video about Patricia Mashali and Utumelo. Do you guys remember the video? You enjoyed it. It was fun to do. I absolutely enjoyed it. I was actually on Patricia Mashali's Facebook and I was like, you know what? I can't be out here laughing by myself. Let me bring in members of the public jury. This comment is from Edson Chuma, and he says, Patricia has no evidence and doesn't even prove her claims. That is why the ad hoc didn't take her seriously. This comment is on my video about Patricia Mashale and Utumelo. I don't do clickbait. I put Patricia Mashale and Utumelo on the thumbnail. I mentioned Patricia is serving dessert. My title is very clear. The video is only about Patricia Mashale and Utumelo Mashale and their beef in the DM. I thought it was such a simple video. Grade 5 level can understand the concept of the video. So I took a page out of Patricia Mashale's book because she does this in her comment section. She tells people to focus. And I respond back and I say, I think you're lost with your comment. Let me steer you in the right direction. The thumbnail talks about Patricia and Utumelo. The video I talk about Utumelo and the photos that he posted. Number 3, I share proof from Netflix posting that the documentary was recorded and released in 2022. And your comment is Patricia Mashale at the ad hoc committee. Can we focus on the content of this video? What are your thoughts on Utumelo and the money? That's the only topic for today. I didn't even make it complex, guys. I try to keep my videos like very, very limited number of topics. I don't go all over the place. That's the only topic for today. For the ad hoc committee videos, I think I did 10 plus videos of Patricia Mashale. You had 10 other videos. You could go and talk about Patricia Mashale and her no evidence. And your comment would have been welcomed there. I'd have probably even replied as well. Why are you bringing ad hoc into a Tumelo Mandela video? Why do people do this? Let's talk about it. Why do people like Luto? Why not post your own video and talk about Patricia Mashale and her lack of evidence at the ad hoc committee? So I just wanted to digress and share that little comment with you. So the comment here says, the interviewer is not asking the correct questions, knowing therefore we would hear lots. Yes, that's the other reason I couldn't do it. There was nothing for me to hold on to. There was no new gossip. There was no new meat. Except he says, name a imagine my thumbnail. Name a general, I'll show you their scandal. There's a thumbnail for you. Advocate, therefore. But then, okay, that was going to be a 30-second soundbite, and I was going to have to talk for 20 minutes on what? There was nothing. There's nothing for me to work with. If I was the interviewer, I'd have said, give us one. What? Give us one. Name the general. Name any. Pasani. Um, there's the, who am I thinking of? There's been so many people at the ad hoc committee. Name a general. Nothing. There was no meat in there. So, people's advocate, we are behind you. Why? Yes, we are. My commentary is not to say we're not behind him. My commentary is strictly on this video. I was confused. I didn't get anything out of it. How is he coming back to the Meyiwa case? Captain Nisi, Captain Nisi will not lay down for him. Maybe somebody else. I think that the advocates who are in right now, they're in it too deep. Maybe, I don't. Not that I'm saying. Maybe you'll be like, okay, cool. I don't say much anyway. Let me go. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so though. When God unexpectedly blesses you, you even gain weight overnight. Ask me. I am living proof there too. Thank you for sharing that. I believe I'm happy to see him looking this healthy. He looks good. He also looks happy. Did you notice that as well? His body language. He's even sitting back in the chair. He's not tense. Let me look up podcast and chill. Let's go there. Uh just so you guys see the difference in his body language. Come on. Podcast and chill. Podcast and chill. As for podcast and chill, my G, they ignored. There, I missed them. Wait. Um, Share this tab instead. Let me just make sure you guys can see this. Yes, you can. Why did it do that? There. Okay, perfect. There he is. He looks very, I wish I could do them side by side. He looks very, 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 very different from when he is now. He's definitely gained weight, in my opinion. So when God unexpectedly blesses you, you even gain weight overnight. Ask me, I am living proof. I just love that testimony. I just love that testimony. Thank you. So I just feel, and here he was dropping bombs. He was excited. He was there. Those are the OG Bondavas, and they were just telling him, Mike, just keep. They never dropped the mic. They never shut him down. They just let him go. This other interview, I feel it was guided, and he just didn't get to say much, in my honest opinion. I'm watching from the United States of America, Idaho. Hello, Idaho. Welcome. What artwork was? Oh, that artwork was not Iowa. You're talking about the beard. I'm glad that he cleaned it up. I am happy too. Let me move down these comments. You are good until your last good deed. You mean there was someone with this board? Yes, it, it was applied. It was not a real beard. Did you? Because where is it now? And why is it not shining anymore? Or is it because the cameras in General Kumalo's case were on the side? And then, guys, let me find that video just so you can see. Therefore, no, let me find it. I want you guys to see. He looked so tiny, so frail. I was very sad. Might have made jokes on the beard, but the reality is, General Kumalo, friends of the court. Friends of the court. I don't know if I'll find it with that search phrase. And I did. There. Let me see if you guys can see it. Do you see the artwork? Do you see how frail he looks? That's why I'm emphasizing on his weight gain. It makes me very happy. And I'm comforted to know that things are improving, things are looking out for him. 2026 is your year, advocate therefore. You see it? Yeah, that was the artwork. Rata is preparing for the appeal. I can't wait for the second docket 375. Families Justice requesting Teffo to return? Question mark. Excuse me. I love Advocate Teffo very much, but for now, I don't want him back in the case. Drop a 10 in the comment section if you love Advocate Teffo. Drop a 10 in the comment section if you love Advocate Teffo. I know beyond reasonable doubt. I have over 443 comments to prove that Advocate Therefore is love. I never saw a single comment that said down with Advocate Therefore or anything along. There wasn't a single comment. Not one. Even them gurus that normally come in my comment section and want to be the know-it-alls, they also said congratulations. I don't know a single person who is happy or was happy with the downfall of Advocate Therefore. No. Not from my comment section. They never showed up, and they're never shy to show up. Everybody was happy, myself included. However, but we love you, Advocate Therefore, very much. But for now, let it go. Let it go. That's my cautionary word of advice. Not many people get a second chance in life. Not many people get to walk out of prison where they should never have been and then get elevated to a position of head of intelligence. I think you've been placed in that role for a specific reason, and I would hate to see you get lost in translation. I'm so happy he has his foundation. I'm so happy he's helping the whistleblowers. I just wish that he remains focused, even with whatever else he picks up, other than the SENZO MEYIWA trial, that I believe he's an empath, and he lives and feels and empathizes with his clients, and he embodies everything. I don't know what impact this has on him on a personal scale in terms of his family, but I hope that he takes it easy. He takes a caseload that he can manage. Rome was not built in a day. He can't do it all himself. He truly can't. But he can build a force and a team behind him that is going to guide him and help him take his mission forward. Because I believe that's what it is. But I definitely am of the view, and with all due respect, my lord, I'm indebted to the court. We love your story. We're happy it had a happy ending. Of course, you're not done. I think you should let it go. I said what I said. Not advocate ending with David being promised the baptism. You see, then he's going to focus on that. He's going to, let it go. Let it go. That's just my opinion. If that's true, he didn't say the 4 accused. Dad is not resting. He says he is going back into the court, but he doesn't say that. He says the families of the 4 accused want him back, but he never said the 4 accused have welcomed him back. You see the difference? That's a huge difference. Maybe it's the reason on Friday the court abruptly ended. No, court ended because it's Friday. That's my honest opinion. Why is the SABC so quiet about Paul? Because Malema and James cooked him alive at the ad hoc committee, and wow, It's because they have to go to their archives and take all those videos where they were praising Paul, busting rhymes for Paul O'Sullivan, elevating him, calling him an educated. No, he's not an educated black man. No, no, no. They elevated him. In some departments, they promoted him. He was the legal Don Johnny forensic, and my company legal forensic. Sir, who are you? They would have to go back and take all those videos down, and that's a lot of work. So they'd rather, plead the fifth. Why is the SABC so quiet about Paul? Because Malema and James cooked him alive at the ad hoc. That's why their channels like Mzansi Unfiltered. That's why you gotta subscribe, because we say it like it is. We take no sides. Today we'll be praising Julius Malema, clapping hands for him. Tomorrow he'll be inside the frying pan, and we'll still be like, oh, where is the firearm? Is that a toy? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that media should also be that fair. But they're not. I don't support him going back there. She said it like it is. She didn't mince her words. She went straight for the gut. She doesn't support. It's a no-go. I forget. Let it go. Family, don't be emotionally attached. We don't like it when Linda lies to us. So why does it? Dead. Okay. Don't be emotionally attached. We don't like it when Linda lies to us. So why does it hit different when Teffo says whatever he wants? Because he's family. And we want to hold his hand and tell him we understand where he's coming from. But no is a no. We let him down gently. Okay? We have no emotional attachment to giant logo guy. For him, it's even worse because he sits in that court. He sees those witnesses with his eyes. See, if I was giant logo man and I sat in those courtrooms and I saw those witnesses, I'll tell you about the body language. The things I would report on, the things that we members of the public can see. I would tell you, Bongani Ntanzi, when Bongani Ntanzi cried in court, that was a painful thing to watch. Break it down. Make the viewer feel it. Understand from your eyes. No. Instead, you try to tell us about a court case that's so different from the one we're watching. I don't think it would be a good idea. He must work from outside the courtroom. That's what the law is. He's been banned. Then we should say Ulinda is the people's report. The three have their practices running. They can carry on with it, but Teffo and Lolo have been on each other. Okay. I see what Sidi is saying. She's saying it's not a good idea because they don't gel, those two. Don't believe me? Look at it here. Look at it here.
Is that I want to bring the application for amicus curiae to be the friend of the court. Let me say a simple term, not say much about Latin. To be the friend of court in this matter. The reason is that I'm informed that the accused today, they are here to apply for the realization of their bail conditions. So as a result of that, firstly, I'm also the accused in other matter, whereby your brother is appearing, acting chief Machango. My matter is coming on the 22nd of October, next week Tuesday. So the reason for me being here and bringing this application is on the basis of the fact that the applicants are very dangerous people. I was in jail. They are part of sending me in jail. And when I was in jail, they were monitoring my communication in jail. Whereby Mr. Kumalo, the divisional commissioner, is accused number one in this matter. He appointed Brigadier Moyano.
And to God visit, Your Worship, with due respect to my learned friend, there is no application, substantive application that has been brought before this court on papers for the request for my learned friend to be accepted as a friend of this court and to be able to stand before this court and be able to address this honorable court regarding the issues implicating my clients before this court. And therefore, my Lord, I ask that My learned friend will not allowed to address his lordship on the ground and basis upon which he wants to apply as a friend of this court. And above that, the application will be opposed. In criminal law, we never have had such an advocate who wants to join the proceeding as a friend of the court. In civil court, yes, we do know the proceeding. It does happen like that. And my clients will be prejudiced should this court allow my learned friend, Mr. Teffo, to continue placing on record the allegations that he wants to place on record.
Hey, Mzansi, welcome back to...
Listen, that was so satisfying. I shouldn't be laughing. But did you see that? Lolo rose to the occasion. And she said, this is prejudice to my clients. With a plural. S. There's an S there. And she said, no, man. I'm done with you, advocate. Therefore, you cannot do this. You cannot just waltz in here and address the court. Where is the application? With all due respect, may this application be refused. This friend of the court, no. Charlotte said no. So think about it. Both of them on the defense, it would be chaos. And guess who will love it? My Lord. Baloi, it will be perfect distraction. Breaking and Nicholas Giving that will thrive in this chaos. It will be too much. It will really be a drama, a series, a movie. So I am of the learned opinion that advocate therefore must let it go. Yes, that doesn't mean he's not friends of the channel. Here, Mzansi Unfiltered, we still see him as a friend of the channel. But it's enough. On behalf of us 77,000 strong, yes, Mzansi Unfiltered subscribers, and I love you all so much. So no, I'm taking an executive decision on behalf of all of us. No, let it go. So, oh no, your job deserves the Woolworths money back. You're doing a great job. Thank you. I forgot about the tension between Lolo. Exactly, guys. I think you've got to look at it from the bigger picture. It's not in there. And you know Kingdom 5 is not letting go of Lolo. Hell no. Let it go. Let it go. Stop spreading rumors. We're too big a channel to be spreading. Alf says, hello, Alf. All protocol observed, channel member. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and sponsoring the show. Detective Makakula. Hey, he's such a funny guy. I still haven't done a video on him because I wasn't make sure about him at the beginning, but then everything he says, he holds his head, he bursts out laughing. He thinks everything is funny. He's hilarious. My kind of guy. Detective Makakula said if the correct EMPD officials were to choose between him and the devil, EMPD officials would choose the devil. By the way, they hate Makakula. They surely do. We're shortchanged. The host questions are not quite questioning. No, they're not. That's why I think we should invite him over here to Mzansi Unfiltered. Do you think advocate Teffo would accept? Wow, English. See, I've been talking for too long. English is not Englishing, and you already know how we roll on this channel. We gotta end the live before 2 hours long. So thank you so much to everybody who came to the live. I love you so much. Thank you. I'll catch you on the next live. Up live. Please hit the like button. I'm going to end this very abruptly again. I forgot to put on the timer, guys. And I've been going on and I don't want to have to work hard with editing this live. Bye!
So you also believe that could have been planted there?
Nomganjan, ya planted. Lo wayibona uyena wafika nalo project sana.